as you can see, this is a new place that I'm recording from. The lighting doesn't seem the best for my eyes, but whatever. Not really much I can do about that. So I'm reviewing Animal Land 4 here, which has been coming for a while, I guess. I've had the volume for a while, had it read for a while, just didn't do a review. I was lazy. But I wanted to review it now, and I guess I'll start by saying it was the best volume so far, definitely. I have some talking points here to make sure I won't have to cut as much like I did in the 3 review. So it was the best volume so far. It was really had some good story content in it, some good comedy in it, some good plot development in it. I heard from a lot of people before starting the manga that it was very dark. And in the other volumes, I didn't really see that. There were some things about it that were dark, but I wouldn't really say it was any darker than One Piece or any manga with sad things in it. This volume was the darkest volume so far, definitely. There were definitely some really emotional things and surprising things that definitely was darker than a lot of things I've seen in manga. So now I guess I kind of get what people were saying about it. And it's pulled off really well. It's all pulled off really well. It all seems very original and unique, and it really makes use of the setting of the story. And, you know, it says on the back of the volume here, kill or be killed. And, you know, this is, the wild is a tough place. And it's interesting that, like, I guess you could really say that the premise of the manga is to kind of imagine, what if animals thought like humans but still acted like animals? What would happen with that? And, interesting things happen. So, yes, another good thing about this volume is that it really is, I think, the start of the true story arc. In the last chapter of the volume, a character arrives, and you can tell they're going to be a very important character, and I think they're really going to be the beginning of the main story arc. I actually know they are, because I read the Amazon description for Volume 5, and don't read it if you don't like spoilers, because there's a big spoiler that says big things about like the direction where this manga is going to go. And the character that shows up in this volume, a new character, is definitely going to have an impact on that. But enough about things that I'm not really going to explain. One gripe I had about this volume is that, speaking of characters, there's a character who shows up who is, it's Princess Capri's, like, sort of father figure, sort of the leader of all the lions in their family. And he hasn't really showed up in any other volumes before this. I'm trying to find a picture of him right now, which doesn't make any sense. He's this guy right here. This big lion. He looks just like a regular lion, unlike Isazume, who stands up. I mean, he's like the real patriarch of her family. He wasn't in Volume 3, even though her family was in Volume 3. Doesn't make much sense. And there are some other characters. There's a cow character who is like the leader of the cows, apparently. I don't know if he was in Volume 3 either, even though there was a big battle scene with all the animals in Torosa's village. That's really my biggest gripe about this volume, is that, like, there are these important characters who are so important, and then they weren't in Volume 3. They just introduced now. One thing I did like about this volume, another thing that I liked, is that Minoko's role hasn't diminished as much as I thought it would. Minoko is Torosa's mother figure, as you probably know if you're watching this review. I really thought she would be phased out very quickly, because she doesn't seem like a very strong character. She doesn't seem like she'd have much use when compared to people like Kurokage, who's a giant wildcat and can kick a lot of ass. But no, she does help out. She's fast. She's, the plot seems to think she's cool, which is just good. It's good that she still has stuff, because I like her as a character. She's fun. And, it's just good that she's still around. It's good that, her and Torosa are, you know, still, like mother and son. Alright, so the plot of the volume, as you can see, it has Princess Capri on the cover, and she's looking a little bit beat up and bloody. The plot of the volume is that Princess Capri sort of goes home with her lion family, and they find out that there are these roaming lions, roaming just, you know, at the edge of their territory, and that they have killed the leader, Giruda's brother. So these are some lions that really want to take over Princess Capri and her pack's territory. And, you know, that's not good. And, obviously, Princess Capri's pack they kind of want to, the Pride, I should say, they want to fight these evil lions, but these evil lions are like really, really strong, so they don't know if they're going to be able to survive unless they get help from Tarosa. But she doesn't really want to ask him for help because he's kind of against her since she eats meat and he doesn't, which he kind of, he talks to her about that at the beginning of the volume. I don't want to give away anything other than that, but there are some really interesting things where it goes, and there is kind of a second plot other than this in the volume. As I said, the last chapter is very important, I think. Overall, I think I would give this volume an 8.5 or so. Like I said, it is the best volume so far, so I think that's higher than the other scores I gave. And I really look forward to reading the next volume because I think they're really going to start with the plot stuff there. So that's my review of Phantom Land Volume 4. Please tune in again. I'm definitely going to be reviewing Volume 5 and hopefully Volume 6, 7, and so on. So if you like Animal Land, if you like Makoto Raikou, please come on back. Thank you very much.